Look at that. Look at us.
Union job.
Yeah, state job here, boys. Let's go. Alrighty, guys, we are back here again for day number 3. So we got Fuller back again today, which is good. There's 3 of us rocking here. As you guys just saw, we marked out this whole edge, and I'm just gonna basically edge it all out with the excavator bucket. Just gonna be a little easier, and basically we're just gonna go like 2 bucket widths in, and basically just work from this corner all the way down, around, and curious how many truckloads we get out of here. So I think probably like 4. So let's get started. All right, guys, Yaden is going through the bed to clean it up a little more, cutting out some roots, but got the whole thing nice and clean. So all that's really left is just cutting roots out and then do like a final rake and then just weed whack the edge. Then we're gonna spray it to kill or try and kill some of this poison ivy and this vine stuff that's growing through and whatever. And we're gonna go kind of start on the backyard. So let's go see what we're doing back there first though. In the backyard, there's not as much work, but it's gonna be a little bit more of a pain just because of where the septic is and how we're gonna be getting in and out of here and whatever. But basically, this whole area is kind of getting cleaned up. This is all stone underneath, and so we're going to get it all ripped up basically to this granite that goes all the way around the pool. This is kind of getting grubbed out and cleaned so that it's not as unsightly, but basically all around the pool we are digging all the stone out. We're going to weed reed fabric underneath, and then we are going to restone. And then this back wood line from probably about right here or so, like 6 feet up, was a bed. And so there's a couple plants, like there's a hydrangea there, there's a couple sedums, irises, stuff like that. So we're going to get it all cleaned out, keep those plants obviously, and then these 2 trees are getting ripped out because they are diseased and dying, so we're going to get rid of those. And basically we're going to come all the way down to this stump. So this whole basically 6 feet up from this edge all the way over to behind that playset is going to be a mulch bed. Then you can see this is more of what is going to get cleaned up. So you can see this granite comes right like that. And then I'm not quite sure in this corner what we're going to do, but behind this, behind the deck is going to be a like 3 or 4 foot mulch bed. And then all this stuff we're going to weed whack down, weed spray, clean up, whatever. I don't think it's all getting ripped out and restoned, but I could be mistaken. And then kind of lastly, we're just going to clean up this stuff, weed whack it, whatever. Some of this viney stuff and like this tree, whatever, I'm basically just going to push over and kind of clean up. And then this pile of wood is just going to get kind of thrown in the woods, because luckily, actually right over here, he's got a big kind of like gully behind here that doesn't really see water. So I'll probably come over with the excavator, basically this clump kind of to like that tree, I'll clear out and just push over, and we're just gonna be able to push kind of everything down in there, which will be nice. And we brought the tractor today so that we could run, because this right here is a septic, so we can't bring, ideally we'd be able to bring the loader in here, because that would be the fastest way to run stone in and out when we get to that point. But we have the tractor here for running some stuff over that area so that we don't disturb the septic. And then we're going to bring the mini skid next week when we're fully into that, because we're going to allow him to have the rest of this week and the weekend to clean the stuff out of the backyard and get it in, in an area where it's out of our way, so that he's not rushing overnight or something. So lots to do out back, so might as well get started. Well, guys, you turned off because you were too hot. So I did not notice it, but we finished this whole back area. Got nice and clean. We just got to blow the yard out. And then went through and sprayed everything around here, everything over there, to hopefully try and kill it over the weekend. Because we're going to be back here on Monday. Give him some time to move some stuff. You know, I don't want to try and get him to have to spend all night moving everything. So probably come back in a couple days. Hopefully everything will be dead. Yeah, we'll be ripping out all that stone and restoning it and everything. It'll probably take us, if I had to guess, it'll take us probably 2 days. So not too bad, but you can see this is what I cleaned out earlier. And then I also just kind of pushed all this stuff over. So yeah, it's looking good. It's looking nice. Huge transformation. I mean, this front yard, it's crazy what it looks like already. So be getting mulch down next week too, which actually with that it might take us an extra half a day or so, because there's gonna be a lot of mulch that goes down here. So probably gonna do a little bit of blowing it in, as well as throwing some around with the excavator and then raking it, just because there's gonna be so much, because it's obviously bare dirt, so you got to go extra thick, but it's gonna look good. So I'll see you guys when we come back here, I guess. Good morning, guys. We are back here again today. Today's gonna be a hot one. It's about 75 now, but it feels like it's 85. It's only gonna get up to 90, so not too fun. But starting the day in the AC, in the excavator, which is gonna be nice. So first we got this side is getting grubbed out as well. We weren't sure about it at first, but the homeowner came out yesterday, said he wanted this side done. So we're gonna start here, basically from kind of where my bucket is now, up around this corner, just to basically right there. There's a stump that we're gonna go to. And what we're gonna do, because these beds are so close, is we're just gonna make this all into one bed. So grub this whole center section out too. Doesn't make sense to leave it separate. So then you don't have to weed whack this, you know, whatever. It just makes more sense. On top of that, Jaden's got the tractor out. We got mulch dumped. He's going through, starting to dump piles and rake stuff out. Obviously it's not our preferred method of mulching. We have, you know, bark blower for a reason, but there's just so much here that it just makes a little bit more sense to dump it with the tractor or whatever. Just, we're estimating 25-30 yards here, because obviously nothing has mulched down. It's just gonna be, you just gotta go a little heavy. So he's going through, he's starting in that bed right there, and then he's gonna do that wood line, dump some on the road side of this bed, because I can sprinkle a bunch in the front, and then I can sprinkle in the center island, and then we got to do this whole thing afterwards. If we have enough time and mulch, we'll do out back what we cleaned out yesterday. But the stone and everything like that, that stuff we're gonna wait till next week to come back, so that he can finish moving everything. But it's real humid out. I'm getting hot. I'm getting sweaty. I haven't even done anything today. So let's get in the AC. Alright guys, about halfway done this bed so far. As you guys can see, just kind of every so often I'm going through and fixing the edges, cleaning them up, and just raking and stuff because I don't want to have to do all of it at once. So just kind of doing, you know, 10-foot sections so that I can kind of keep up with it. Again, it's getting hot. I know it's obviously getting into summer, but it's only June 5th and it's hot and humid already, so I think it'll be one of those summers. But just working through, cleaning it up, making sure it's all good. Again, about halfway there, so let's finish up. Well guys, got it all cleaned up. So I'm just gonna go through, clip some of these roots, and then it's just basically just gotta get upside down trimmed before we mulch it. But let's see how far Jaden's gotten along so far. All right, so we're gonna go back through with a like leaf rake afterwards and, you know, completely smooth it out. But he's got this bed done, which looks good. And then starting from here, he's gotten roughly halfway. So once I finish cutting those roots out, I'll come over, help him. I'll be the rake guy. He can keep running loads for me. We'll should be able to finish the rest of this bed pretty fast. Well guys, we got a good little section cleaned up. I just went through with a leaf rake, and we're just kind of using the back side of it and just kind of smoothing it out. So I've done the basically two beds so far. That one, and then this half. And I just have Jaden going in front of me right now, using the hard rake, kind of doing a quick and dirty, you know, push around, and then I'm going through with the leaf rake behind him and smoothing it out. So we have a couple little things still poking up, but nothing crazy, nothing that really needs to be worried about. But still got a lot of mulch left, honestly, more than I thought we would have. But we're almost done this bed. We'll probably be another 10 minutes or so, get this thing cleaned up, and then we're gonna move on to the small one over there by the driveway. And then basically this whole half will be done. So doing pretty good so far. Alright guys, we're done with this bed. See how it looks. I think it looks pretty good. Obviously there's a bunch of roots and stuff that kind of stick out, but there's really nothing we can do about that. Root systems in these trees are massive. I mean, just this pine tree, it's got roots that are out of the ground 10 feet away from it. So all right, we're gonna move on to this small bed over here and get ourselves baked out in the sun. Unfortunately, there's no shade, but we gotta get it done. Well guys, we went ahead and dumped the 1 ton in the center here. So I'm just gonna hop in there with the excavator and start pushing stuff around, and then Fuller and Jaden are gonna go through and just kind of start raking out, pushing it, and basically we'll work from that side over so that get it nice and smooth. We'll probably end up using all this. There's probably 10 yards or so. We'll probably use around probably 8. But I just figured it's gonna be way easier with the excavator. So let's start pushing some mulch. There it is, guys. It's all pushed around and everything. I'm gonna grab a flat rake or a leaf rake and do what we did before, just kind of smooth it out so that it looks perfect. But we probably used 6 or 7 yards, not quite 8, but obviously you guys saw I threw some buckets out of the way. But Fuller and Jaden are starting to work on the other bed. Get the last bit of this mulch that we have dumped over there, and then we'll go grab lunch. We'll go refill, grab lunch and everything, come back because it's already 11:30. So by the time they get that bucketed around and everything and I get this smoothed out, it'll be lunchtime. So let's go. Alrighty guys, we got it all smoothed out. Looks good. He's gonna do some plantings there eventually, but he's not sure as of right now what he's gonna do. So just went through and got it mulched obviously, but it looks really nice. So next thing I gotta do is over here, these two stakes are a couple heads that we pulled out accidentally when we cleaned out this bed. So I'm gonna dig down, figure out what there is for connectors and stuff. I know one of them I have to replace. So we're almost out of mulch and it's 11:45. So get these dug out, figure out what we need, and then we'll go refill the trucks, get lunch, get what I need for replacement parts. And when we come back, go through and get them fixed up. So start digging. Alrighty guys, we are back from lunch. Got some subs, got some more mulch, got our irrigation heads. So doing good. They're gonna continue finishing this bed. I'm gonna go put the heads back in over there, and then we're gonna start that bed, and then we'll finish mulching over there. So let's get going. All right guys, heads are back in. We got the last of the mulch thrown in this bed. Just got to go through and smooth it out. And Fuller's got almost everything thrown over there. So we'll definitely be able to get the stuff in the back done, which will be nice. Because we have probably 6 yards left in the pile over there, and then the 1 ton's full too. So basically the rest of that pile will finish that side and then over there, and then the 1 ton can be used out back. So let's smooth this bed out real fast. There it is guys, nice and smooth, mostly smooth. Obviously not as smooth as a bark blower, but basically just got to clean up this curb line, kind of rake it back, smooth out this little area, and then got to smooth out over there. Jaden's almost done pushing that stuff around, and then Fuller's over there pushing that stuff around now. So then we got the back to do, and then that's all we got for mulch. So we're almost done. Probably another, say a little over an hour, maybe hour and a half at most. So that'll put us around somewhere around 3:30. This should be done. So let's keep it going. All right, guys, we got this place done, and it looks so good. It looks amazing. So everything's mulched. We have to finish the back, finish the stone and everything, but all the beds are done, all the mulch is in, and it looks so nice compared to when we started here. So I hope you guys like it. I know the homeowner likes it. He said it looked amazing before we even put mulch down, so when he comes home today, he'll be ecstatic. Some vehicles going crazy up the hill behind us, but hope you guys like it. It looks so good, so clean. Can't tell that it was overgrown. I mean, it looks amazing. We got this seated, but I mean, look at it. It's obviously not as smooth as a blower, but honestly, we were talking, we think it would have taken longer to do a blower, and it obviously would have been so much dustier. We would have been covered, but it looks so nice. So basically all we have left, there's gonna be a mulch bed here. We're gonna clean this stone up. There's gonna be a mulch bed here. And then I'm not quite sure what we're actually doing in this corner. That I'll have to go over. But then obviously all this stone, like I showed you guys before, is all gonna get dug out and redone, and then got the back hill. So really happy with how it came out so far. I mean, it's incredible, the transformation. And I mean, it's only been a few days. So, I mean, 4 days, but a lot of work. So, dozen truckloads or so of material taken out. That doesn't include the back or the side. I mean, that's probably another 4 truckloads of material that's just kind of thrown in the woods. Then, how many yards of mulch do you think we used? 550. The first load had 15.
Shit out of the 550 in your truck, in the other truck originally.
It was probably like 15, 10, and then what'd you put in there? Another 10?
I put...
So a solid 35 yards.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
probably 40 by the end when we finish mulching out back. The couple little beds we're gonna make.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, we had to, like, honestly, this place, fucking, before spraying, we're using a bark blower, it's probably like 12.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, when we mulch this place next year, probably 12 to 15.
Just
So.
the initial lay down, just to cover everything.
It looks so good though. So nice. Nice and clean. So we're just gonna finish putting all the tools away and hook up the trailer, and we'll be out of here until next week to finish the backyard, but front yard looks amazing. So just want to say thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. So peace out.